My dear teachers, welcome to this program on CERT firefighters. As you know, CERT means Community Emergency Response Team. In short, we can call it as ERT also, Emergency Response Team. Whenever there is an emergency, one group of ERT teachers are evacuating the students. What is your job? CERT firefighters. You have to rush to the spot wherever the fire emergency happens. And you are supposed to control the fire. That's why you are called ERT firefighters. You know, your job is very important. If you do this properly, you can prevent the major disaster itself. For this, for firefighting purpose, my dear teachers, there are 3 steps: detection, warning, and attack. Detection you do with your eyes. You saw the fire there, or you heard the sound, or you got the heat. That's how God-given detectors are there with us. What is the next step? Warning. Raise the alarm. Alarm is on. You shout, scream, saying fire, fire, fire. That's also important. That's called warning. What is the third step? Attack. Extinguish the fire. Who should do it? Only the trained teacher should do it, because this needs knowledge. Simply anybody cannot go and fight the fire, my dear teachers. That's why you are hand-picked people. Congratulations. Now, this job of firefighting, if you want to do it, within 3 to 4 minutes you have to do from the point of fire starting. You may ask me why. There's a point called flash point. What is flash point? Fire started and smoke started going up. It carries the heat and it spreads the heat everywhere. At one particular point, all these fuels will catch fire simultaneously. That's why it's called flash point. Shocking? Yes. No, you don't believe? I'll show you a video. In this video, it's all done for community knowledge purpose in other developed countries. They create a studio type of setup. You can see the dustbin is on fire. Can you? Yes. Can you see the flame? This is incident stage, initial stage, incipient stage. Now what is coming out of the flame? Smoke. Out of the fire, smoke is coming. Where the smoke is going? Can you watch it carefully? It is going up. Where it gets settled? In the higher level, at the ceiling level. Now what is our job? When this happens, 2 jobs we have to do. One, evacuating the students at the earliest, and another team like you rush to the spot and control the fire. Both should be done perfectly. Now the smoke is getting settled at the higher level. If you are there inside the drawing room, you will say, sorry, I cannot tolerate the heat, you will run away. But all these fuels like wood, paint, curtain, sofa, teapot, it cannot run. At one particular point, it will catch fire. That takes maximum 3 minutes. That's why we say you have to detect the fire, warn the people, and attack the fire. D for detection. W for warning. A for attack. Now, you saw the flash point reached. Flash point is the point at which the temperature reaches the ignition point and all these materials will be simultaneously catching fire. I'm repeating it. That means we have to be superwoman, superman in controlling the fire. Wish you all the best. So clear? Now tell me, teachers, you understood detection, warning, attack, and also you understood a new word called flash point. What about fighting the fire? If you want to attack the fire, you must know fire chemistry. How the fire starts? Fire starts with a combination of 3 different elements and it is called fire triangle. What triangle? Fire triangle. How to remember it? FOH. FO. Fuel, oxygen, heat. On the tray, someone put petrol. Petrol is highly flammable fuel. But don't say only petrol, diesel, kerosene oil is the fuel. Everything available in this classroom or in the auditorium is fuel, including our shirt, dress, and our body. Are you understanding what I'm talking? Whatever can catch fire is called fuel. You should know this and spread this awareness. That means fire load is 95% outside in the classroom or in the auditorium or even in your house. Then why it's not catching fire? You need oxygen. Oxygen is there 21% in the air. Take a deep breath. You need oxygen. Same oxygen is required for the fire also. 78% is nitrogen and 2% some other gases. This I want you to communicate to the students. Okay, fuel is there, oxygen is there. Why there is no fire? It needs temperature, heat. But this heat will vary from material to material. LPG gas, one spark is enough. Petrol, one flame is enough. So that is called ignition point, temperature. So these three things combined is called fire triangle. You can see that fire. Fire happened, right? So easy. It's called fire chemistry. Now, how to remember? FOH. F for fuel. O for oxygen. H for heat. The way you must teach your students also like this. Then you see they will never confuse. They will never forget, my dear teachers. Next point. You understood why you should understand fire chemistry, fire triangle. Not for fighting the fire. Of course for firefighting, but also for preventing. Because we say prevention is better than cure. Don't say implement it. You must know within your school premises, within your company or within your house, where all the heat generating areas are there. Control panel, switchboard, server rack, UPS battery, iron box, puja room. These are all the area heat can fluctuate. What you should take care? Housekeeping around that area should be excellent. That means housekeeping is the key for fire prevention, my dear teachers. What is the key? Housekeeping is the key. Wherever housekeeping is good, even if the switchboard gets heated up and some spark comes, you will find some smoke mark there, but there will not be any fire accident. Try this. In future, you should be good in identifying fire hazard and fire risk areas. If something is observed as unsafe, take a photograph, concerned person, send the photograph and say this is bad. You are doing God-loving job, my dear teachers. Please join us in saving life by preventing fire accidents. Fine. Now let us understand, after understanding fire chemistry or fuel, oxygen, heat, let us understand how to fight the fire. For fighting the fire, there are three different principles in the world. Only three. That's based on the fire triangle. Whenever the fire happens, remove all the adjacent fuel, fire will be out. It's called starvation. Fire cannot continue to burn because there is no more fuel. Starvation. Cut off the oxygen supply. That person is going to do it with a bed sheet, the cardboard sheet, by closing the door. Within 3 seconds, if the oxygen supply is cut off, fire will be out. You can live up to 3 to 4 minutes without oxygen supply. Fire cannot live beyond 3 to 4 seconds. This is where is revealed regarding fire. Please communicate this message to as many students as possible. Let their house be protected. Let the society be protected. I'm sure you will do it. Now, that's called blanketing. Remove the temperature. Bring down the temperature. Pour water on the cotton bed or curtain or paper. What happened? Temperature came down, which is the best coolant in the world, water. You understand? So that means there are only three principles: starvation, blanketing, cooling. My dear teachers, repeat. Removal of the fuel is called starvation. Removal of the oxygen is called blanketing. Removal of the temperature is called cooling. Thank you, teachers. Now, you understood the three principles. For now you are ready for fighting the fire. No, you are not ready. You must know fire or the fuel is divided into 5 different groups. Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D, and electrical equipment. Solid, liquid, gas, and flammable metals. Of course, electrical equipment. Why it is so? We cannot use water everywhere. For fighting fire, since they are available in different types, you should use common sense. You should use knowledge power. Now, for fighting the fire, we have got 3 mediums: water, dry powder, and carbon dioxide gas. Wherever you go, you will find these 3 extinguishers. But only thing, you should read the instruction label. Water is the best coolant in the world. When is solid fire, paper, wood, cotton, textile, charcoal, grass, you can pour water. Who says no? What it does? It cools. Right? Cooling. But can you pour water on oil fire? Petrol, diesel, kerosene oil, coconut oil, Sanola, Safola. If it catches fire, if you pour water, look at this. This can happen. Disasters are created by untrained people thinking that they know everything. No, don't do it. Don't allow them to go near the fire. Only you should reach and do the corrective action. Now, why we cannot use water on electrical equipment? Because you should tell the students water is the best conductor of electricity. Then they will understand. If you pour water, you will get electrocuted. So, water cannot be used everywhere. And in this extinguisher, you got 9-liter water. How to operate? Pull the pin, locking pin. Aim the nozzle to the base of the fire. Squeeze the handle and sweep it gently side to side. You can see the water jet coming up to 20 to 30 feet for 2 to 3 minutes. If you want to stop, you can stop it. The class A, that box fire, is out. So is it not good? It's interesting. Solid fire can be controlled by cooling method by using water. But remaining area, strict no. Oil fire, no. Gas fire, no. Electrical fire, no. Metallic fuel like sodium, potassium, it will ignite, it will explode. In your mobile battery, you have got lithium battery. That's dangerous. If it gets heated up, don't pour water. Your entire house will come down. Entire building will come down with explosive effect. Now the second media is called multi-purpose media. It is called monoammonium phosphate. Monoammonium phosphate. MAP. Monoammonium phosphate. It is the latest invention happened. It has got cooling effect. It has got blanketing effect. What it does? When the powder particles are thrown on the flame, breaks the chain reaction and the fire will be made to come down instantaneously. And also it has got cooling power. That means instead of using water, you can use monoammonium phosphate powder. It is meant for solid, liquid, gas and electrical equipment. So how to operate this extinguisher? You can see. Pull the pin, aim the nozzle to the base of the fire, not to the flame. Then squeeze the handle, squeeze and sweep side to side. You see the fire is out. Within how many seconds? 5 to 6 seconds. Who says, oh my God, sir, how it's possible? It is possible. You got the most powerful firefighting media and extinguisher plus your knowledge. Monoammonium phosphate can be used for all classes of fire. But of course there will be powder and it will disturb the area. That's why there is one more media called non-contaminating media, carbon dioxide gas. This extinguisher has got CO2 gas in liquid form. What you do? Remove the locking pin, turn the control wall or wheel in anti-clockwise direction, the gas will come out. CO2 gas is not poisonous. But the good thing, CO2 is heavier than oxygen. It cuts off the oxygen supply or displaces oxygen, creates blanketing effect or smothering effect, and the fire is out. Can you see that in action? Yes, it's happening. So interesting. So let us recap. What were the three medias? Water, dry chemical powder, and carbon dioxide gas. Water to be used only for solid fire, right? Thank you. The dry chemical powder for solid, liquid, gas, and electrical equipment. What about carbon dioxide gas? It can be used for solid, only for liquid and electrical equipment and for gas fire. On solid fire, CO2 will not have any cooling effect. Powder will do it. So with this, let us recap all the ideas, whatever we got. So my dear friends, DWA, D for detection. W for, I want you to repeat, my dear teachers. Repetition is the mother of good memory. If you make the students to participate, and if you joyfully talk to them, you will not forget even one word what you speak. You will get 100 out of 100. D for detection. W for warning. A for attack. The fire triangle, the three elements, the fire triangle. F for fuel. O for oxygen. H for heat. Now the next step. I told you flash point. The point at which the temperature will reach and the entire hall will be on fire or the room will be on fire is called flash point. Then I told you there are three principles to fight the fire. Starvation, blanketing, cooling. S for, B for, C for cooling. Good. Now, we understood there are 5 groups of fuel. Solid, liquid, gas, metal and electrical equipment. How many medias are there for fighting the fire in an educational institution like yours? Water, dry chemical powder and carbon dioxide gas. What is that powder called? Monoammonium phosphate. How to remember? MAP. Monoammonium phosphate. Where water can be used? Only on class A fire, solid fire. Cannot be used on liquid fire because water density is more. Cannot be used on electrical fire. You know why? It electrocutes the person. Water is the best conductor of electricity. And you understand now. Dry powder, monoammonium phosphate for B, C, D, E. Alright. And last media called carbon dioxide gas for liquid, gas and electrical equipment. Now I want to cover up the entire subject or wind up by saying smoke management. You went there to fight the fire and suddenly your dress caught fire. What do you do, my dear teachers? When the sari or the dress, whatever you are wearing is catching fire means never run. The universal understanding is stop, drop and roll. Why stop? If you run, oxygen supply will be more and the fire will be there everywhere. You are finished. Stop. Drop on the floor. Why? When you drop and roll this side, that side, it is called blanketing effect. What is the best first aid for fire burn? Water. Don't believe anyone. Immediately, whatever water available, pour. That will remove the heat. Thereby, you are saving the person. Communicate this message to your family members. You got trapped in the smoke. You want to come out. You saved the people. But you should not die. That's why take a wet cloth, put it in the water, cover your nose and mouth, and crawl and come. Why crawling? Smoke is going up. Here the concentration is high. Here it is less. Here it is less. Here it is zero. Why wet cloth? You know, water is the best absorbent of all impurities available on earth. If water is available, spit on the kerchief, spit on your dupatta, and do it. So with this smoke management that day in Lower Parel, in that building called Crystal Tower, that small little girl called Zen Sadavarti could do it and save people. Her plus other 12 neighbors in the 12th floor. Same thing she did. She made everyone to go to the master bedroom, told them to cover the nose and mouth with a wet cloth, told them to sit down and close the main door and tuck the wet cloth on the gap of the door so that the smoke should not enter her house. When a 6th standard girl, because someone trained her in the school, when she could save 15 people, why not you and me? So, you are ERT member. ERT means Emergency Response Team Firefighter, and learn more and also go through the questionnaire available, and one day you should have a certificate called CERT Lifesaver. Wish you all the best.